Good afternoon, my name is Samuel Whedon, and today we're going to be doing an assignment for sights, optics, and accuracy. The topic for this assignment is going to be scope ring lapping. And here we have a Ruger 1022 scope mount base screwed into a piece of wood here. And on that we have the Vortex 30mm rings mounted to it. And this the base, the wood is as level as I can get, and the base is exactly how level the board is. And I also have these pieces of masking tape on here to remind myself to put them in the same exact orientation after I take them off to put the alignment pins in. So I'm now going to put the alignment pins in to test the alignment of these bases from the factory without any lapping. Now that we have the pins installed here, you can see that the one on the right came slightly dented. Even though it's dented, you can still judge the alignment based off of the contour of this X shape that it makes right here, these lines. And judging on this, these scope rings look to be in decent alignment. You can see that they point pretty near concentric. So after a little bit of lapping, we're going to see if we can improve that slightly and see if it helps. Okay, so here we have the lapping compound, and we're going to apply it to the insides of these rings and on top of the bar here. So we're going to use a Q-tip, and I have these gloves on just so it doesn't get on my fingers. We're going to evenly apply this, and you want to use a decent amount too, because this is essentially the same thing as like a rubbing compound, and it's going to remove metal. And this is a 220 grit compound here, and this stuff looks a little bit more dry than what they used in the video. I'm not sure if you're supposed to add anything else to it, but this will be good for now. It has a slight putty like smell to it. Doesn't smell like noxious or anything like that, but this will remove metal from the insides of these rings. Now some come with a coating, like they may be Cerakoted or something, and that's going to be more tough to cut through than regular steel. And you're not supposed to do this with aluminum rings either. Now I'm going to put some on the bar here. And after that, I'm going to slide the bar into the rings. Now I'm going to slide this into the rings. Might have to loosen them a little bit. And then before you have it all the way in, you want to then coat the rear portion in the lapping compound as well. And at this point, we can also screw in the knob here, so we can get better leverage when turning the bar. So after I get this completely covered, we're then going to torque down the screws a little bit and then start lapping the rings. There we go. Man, that shit's fucking weird. You know, like the kinetic sand? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it's like. So now we have lapping compound on either sides of the bar, completely coated. So now we can begin tightening down the screws here. And I'm going to just hand torque them based off of the shorter side of the Allen key here, because we don't want to over tighten anything. And we want to make sure to also evenly tighten the tube as well. You don't want one side to be all the way closed and the other side be open slightly. So after this is tightened, we can then begin making, oh, it's tough. Gonna loosen that up slightly. And then every so often, you're gonna have to torque down the screws again because they will loosen up. It's a little hard when you don't have a table vise. Now it's starting to become looser. I can't yet do a full stroke just straight and back. Gonna retighten these a little bit. Oh, that's way too tight. Now you don't want to overlap these rings because the alignment looked to be pretty good, so I only need to do a few more strokes here. And then after you're done lapping, you want to completely clean every single speck of the compound off of the rings because that will just cause further wear once you have your scope mounted in. So I'm going to go ahead and call this done for now. And I'm going to wipe off all this compound and we're going to check the alignment with the pins again, see if we improved anything.